Hey, what's up, everybody? I figured I'd give my much anticipated review for John Wick Chapter 4. And of course, John Wick Chapter 4 takes place after the events of Chapter 3, Parabellum, in which John Wick, you know, along with help from the Bowery King, is plotting his, revenge, against the High Table, for his excommunicado status, as a result of the events that happened, in the second movie. And of course, it also goes this time around more into like the High Table itself and how it works, and then you get to even see some of the high-ranking members of the High Table, including Marquis de Gambeau, who was played by Bill Skarsgård, of course, punishes Winston as a result of, not making sure that John Wick was dead, in the events of Parabellum, which results in Winston, having the Continental Hotel destroyed, and like John Wick, he becomes excommunicado, and unfortunately, as a result of the consequences, Sharon, Winston's concierge, ends up becoming a casualty, as a result of that. And in the case of, Sharon, who was played by the late Lance Reddick, who many people know him, from the Fringe series, unfortunately, passed away very recently, just before John Wick Chapter 4. So the film, is honored in his, memory, which was nice, considering that, his passing, at the age of 60 was rather unexpected and sudden. And then, of course, as a result of Winston becoming excommunicado, he teams up with John Wick, to help him, get his own revenge against them, also, helping John, get his, freedom, from the High Table, and to remove his excommunicado status. And other aspects of John Wick Chapter 4 is you get to see other people from John Wick's past, including, Chen, who's like a blind assassin, and then you got, Koji, who runs the Osaka Continental Hotel in Japan. And then he has a daughter named Akira, and you also get to see other places, like Paris and of course New York as well. So, I mean, if there's maybe one minor complaint about John Wick Chapter 4, it's maybe a little bit light on story and a little too long, but the pacing of the movie is pretty quick because of all the action scenes, in the movie, and it actually remains the most ambitious yet. And of course, it has the highest opening so far in the John Wick franchise, with 73.8 million, which is impressive considering how each John Wick movie domestically in its opening weekend has made, more money than the last entry, considering how the first John Wick only grossed 14 million in its opening weekend, and legged out at 43 domestic, whereas John Wick Chapter 2 opened higher with 30 million and grossed at its 92. And then the third entry, Parabellum, was 56.8, and then grossed out with 171 domestically. So it's kind of cool to see a nearly decade-old franchise do more and more successful with each entry. So I would say, for those that have seen the previous 3 John Wick movies, I would definitely say check it out, since each installment gets more and more intense, and they always manage to find a way to make it more action filled than the rest. So that's that. So feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks again, everyone. Take care.